What's going on, all you wild sci-fi enthusiasts? It's your two favorite aliens back here for Cinefellas. I'm Logan Myers, my good mate over there.
And I'm Henry Hill, and tonight we are back to talk about the Apple TV Plus smash hit, the Adam Scott starring, Ben Stiller directed Severance.
What is it we actually do here? Daydream. I fell asleep.
It's important your eyes be kind. Do you know how to make your eyes kind?
On a beautiful.
The brand new show, everybody's been talking about this. There's a huge buzz around this. A few of the guys in the podcast were talking about it. Finally got around to it because we just got Apple TV Plus and try to catch up on all the original series. And this is one we were really excited to get into. And we essentially binged this in a few days. We just fell in love with this world sci-fi mind trip of a world that they created here. Ben Stiller directed 7 episodes out of 10. So, most of the show was directed by him. I was very surprised by in a very good way. Basically it sets up Lumen Industries, and we have Mark here, played by Adam Scott. Essentially, the way that it's set up, they undergo this process essentially that separates their work life and their personal life, work-life balance, essentially, in a cool kind of sci-fi way to go about it. But everybody, his colleagues, they work on the Severance floor, their data input, cubicle job, they have this sort of friendship and, coworkers, and then just talking. And then it sets that up, in the work life, and then it separates it when they go outside, which is an innie and an outie, they call it. From the inside world, the outside world, they don't have any recollection of what they do.
Right up our alley for being sci fi geeks, liking shows like Lost. The Leftovers is another one. It's another mind trip of a show in the pantheon of those, and a very well made one, too. You mentioned Ben Stiller directing the episodes. He's done some great work before, working with Patricia Arquette before on that prison show on Showtime with Paul Dano and Benicio del Toro. And he's, done more directing lately than acting, really. But he does a great job in this. And it's really a show that you can get on board with fast, especially if you work in a job where you're sitting at a computer or at a desk, or, kind of doing the same thing every day. It's very easy to fall into this world and, feel like you belong with one of them, doing this mindless work. But then one day something happens where they start noticing some things, and kind of starting from there, it kind of snowballs into one thing leading to another, and then unweaving this big wide web of deceit and some crazy things that are happening at this Lumen Industries. And him, when he's an outie, noticing that Patricia Arquette's character, his boss, in the in world, is, like, he starts to recognize her, and things kind of spiral out of control.
And that's when you notice something's off with this, because you're noticing, the same people you work with, but you're not supposed to remember that, outside. Notices it with Patricia Arquette's character. She plays the boss, like Lumen Industries. She's like a straight up villain, person you don't like. And then the outside world, she's like completely different, like a normal person. So he notices that, and it really focuses on Mark's character. And, Adam Scott does a terrific job in this role. I love him. One of my favorite actors. Every role he does is completely different, comedy, drama, whatever. He plays it's a straight dramatic performance. He's going through some trauma with his wife dying, and it's pretty cool how they do that with the inside world and the outside world with his wife, something I didn't see coming. But it's really focal point on him and just focusing on what he's going through. The additional cast in the show do a great job working alongside Mr. Adam Scott. We have Zach Cherry, familiar with. He's shown up in some stuff. Obviously, John Turturro and Christopher Walken in this as well. So it's an all-star cast. Patricia Arquette, really fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great cast. Adam Scott delivers his best work, I think, that he's ever done. You mentioned him doing dramatic work a lot lately. He's also done comedy in the past, but yeah, he really knocks this role out of the park. Plays it really straight and plays it really well, too. Some really great acting, some really great scenes, especially when he's kind of figuring out what's going on and, doing some investigative work and trying to convince his other coworkers of what's going on, and getting them to sort of everybody to get on the same page so they can hopefully get out of the situation they're in. Awesome cast, though. John Turturro, one of the other guys, he's always great. And I didn't even expect to see him or Christopher Walken in this. I had no idea. before going into this and watching this, what it was about or who was in it. And I'm glad I knew nothing. It's one of those shows where, just what we have told you here, that's all you need to know. Just watch it yourself and be blown away. It's an amazing piece of television, and I can't wait for season 2. It's one of the best shows on TV, period, let alone Apple.
It's definitely my favorite show on Apple TV Plus, original series. Other ones are great, but this one just freaking blew me away. Like I said, binged it in like 2 days, really fell in love with this world that they created. Very unique, very original, very cool take on work and life and a lot of other themes and messages they throw along the way without giving away too much. Honestly, this is a show that you shouldn't know too much about. Go in with fresh eyes and you guys are going to have your minds blown. It's really that phenomenal. And one of the best TV shows out there. And I had an absolute blast with this. This is a show I would definitely rewatch, and I'm very excited for the upcoming season 2 that should be coming out this year. But all across the board, cinematography, music score, performances, script, and just across the board, just a well done show. Ben Stiller directing 7 out of 10 episodes. Very impressed with him behind the camera. He did a great job with this, crafting this world too on camera. And Adam Scott, award-winning performance in this. Excited to see where his career goes from here as well. So with that being said, I'm going to give the first season of Severance, stream on Apple TV Plus, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 Adam Scott hair pieces.
Some of the shots in this really blew me away. The way it was filmed on the hallways,
Yes.
the use of lights, everything. The score, it's really great. It's really phenomenal work. They really put in a lot of money, worked on the script a lot, and you have talented director and Ben Stiller behind the camera, and the cast, phenomenal. Just a great show. You guys need to watch it yourselves. Don't take our synopsis as trying to sum it up. There's a lot going on in the show, and it's one that you're going to want to dive into, and it's a great binge. So with that being said, Uncle Henry here is going to give Severance a 4.5 out of 5 Christopher Walken hair pieces.
Yeah, it reminded me of something Alex Garland would put out. Reminded me of like with the colors and the music, like from EX-MACHINA, Annihilation, and even recently Devs that was on FX that nobody talked about. An amazing sci-fi series. So we're interested in your thoughts on the first season of Severance. What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? What's your favorite show on Apple TV Plus? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to click subscribe. Also, check out these wild sci-fi enthusiasts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV movie news and reviews.
I'm glad you got into the show. We both watched it, relatively close to one another, and both had a great experience with it. Goes down as one of the best for sure, and makes me want to dive right into season 2 as soon as it comes out. Hopefully we get an announcement. I have a feeling it'll probably be towards the end of the year, but it'll be well worth the wait. So we hope you guys enjoyed our review of Severance. We hope you guys watch it. If you have to, get a free trial to Apple TV Plus. There's some great content on there that needs to be watched. Severance should be at the top of your list, along with Ted Lasso and several others. So thank you guys for watching, and until the next Cinephellas TV review, I'm Uncle Henry.
And I'm Uncle Logan Scott, signing out until the next TV review.
Cheers!